Hello everybody, it's Lisa. I bet you didn't think I would be back quite so soon, but I made a lovely little card today and I thought, why don't I do a tutorial and have a little chat with you? So just excuse me till I pull my chair in. Also excuse the fact that my dog is in the room. She'll probably start barking. And hopefully I'll manage to keep in frame. I've kind of got my area mapped out here. I might put a little bit of tape up here so that I know. Yeah, right, okay. So how are you all? Are you doing okay? I hope you are. Now, I had a little discussion last night with my friend Moira. Moira has a YouTube channel and actually we became friends through YouTube, which is really nice. And we were having a little chat last night after I showed my video of all of the cards that I had made and how it had literally taken me all night to make one card. Well, actually, it took me a whole week to make 4 cards, and I had a little joke with one of my subscribers today that I spent most of that week sitting here at my craft desk, staring into space, trying to find inspiration for my cards. And this one here actually took about 2.5 hours. Can you believe it? 2.5 hours to make a card. And I had actually figured out what die I would use, and I'm laughing now because I haven't brought it in. Oh, this is why I don't do tutorials, right? You're going to have to bear with me till I actually find the die that I'm going to be using for this. Oh, jings. Right, okay. Anyway, I had decided which die I would use. So I had an idea in my mind and I thought I could do some embossing. So I'm really pleased with it. This is for somebody who's had a bereavement. And I just thought it would be really nice to send them a little card and let them know I'm thinking about them. And I've decorated the inside as well. And all of this was done with Stampin' Up! Stamps. Some of them may be retired now, but I still use them. Let's face it, who's going to get rid of their stash? Really, come on. But anyway, have a wee look at that and that'll give you an idea. It shouldn't take you 2.5 hours. You should be able to do it relatively quickly now that I've shown you the design, because it's always better to get some inspiration from somebody else to give you an idea to create something. It's always really useful, isn't it? Let's face it, we all go onto YouTube and do that. So I shall set my lovely little card to the side, and what I'm going to do is, this is my card. It is a 4x4 card and I've decided to do it in white this time, but I'm going to actually make the card front first. And what I've done, the card is actually 4x4 and I have come in about a 1/16 of an inch, so I've come in a little bit. I didn't want to have too much of the white border shown because I just hate white cards. I usually use these cards in my bases. I do prefer this look, but I figured it didn't really look very nice with the colours I had chosen. And this is a little scrap. As you know, I'm trying to use my scraps. Caroline, if you are watching this video, get your scraps into an A5 box, not an A4 box. So anyway, This is a little piece of Santoro paper that was a scrap, and I have matched it up with some Smoky Slate, I think it's called, Stampin' Up card, and some Whisper White, I think it is. And I am going to use my Smoky Slate stamp pad. Right, bear with me because I am looking along my bookshelf, which sits on top of my desk, and I am going to bring out the stamp. So this was a Stampin' Up one. I have had it for ages. It's called Love You Lots, and I think I got it possibly at Celebration, I'm not sure, but it is retired now. But I tell you, I use this stamp set all the time. I really do. The little hedgehogs are a favourite, but today I'm going to use the little elephant. And I'm going to give a message to my friend Moira. Excuse me, I'm just reaching over to get my stamp pad since I'm not very organised. And a message to my friend Moira. Moira, you do not need this stamp set. Do not go onto eBay to purchase this stamp set, please. You have enough stamps. Right, anyway, little elephant. Do you know, see, after all this, I bet he's not going to stick or he's not going to fit. These older style stamps from Stampin' Up are a wee bit of a pain. So the little elephant fits in, but the little mouse does not. So I am going to look for, where is it? A little post-it note to cover the little mouse up. I always use post-it notes to mask. Can you just tell, sometimes when you start something, you just know it's going to be a disaster. That's the way I'm feeling about this tutorial. And this is why I don't do tutorials. Now, first of all, my wee elephant doesn't want to stick onto the stamp. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for it. And if I muck it up, then who cares? Do you care? I don't care. Because you're still going to get an idea of how to create this quick and simple card front, yay, quick and simple. So it was really funny that Moira and myself were chatting last night, and it was like, there is no such thing as quick and simple. And Caroline, who's one of my subscribers, she made that kind of comment today that she thought she was the only one that spent ages trying to develop a card. But no, we are all cut from the same cloth. Right, to try and get this in the middle, you're going to see my big head for a second. I'm so sorry. You're going to see all my grey hairs. Right, keep your fingers crossed. The suspense is killing me. Hey! Oh God, I can't believe that worked. Look, he's a little bit high, but I can live with that. I can live with that. Most definitely. Now, I'm going to use my Stampin' Mist for this. This is the best stamp cleaner I have ever came across. It's fantastic. And I do have the scrubbing mat for it as well, but I've I don't like, it's not that I don't like it, I just can't be bothered cleaning it. So I just use these little scourers, and then I just give them a wee rinse, and then it can be good for the environment. There we go. There you go. Wee elephant, you can go back in your box and go back on my shelf. There we go. There he is. Cute. I've got shadows. I've just noticed that as well. I'm really sorry, guys. So, I'm going to use a blender pen from Stampin' Up. I do have one of these aqua painters, but I don't like it. So I always stick with the blender pen, and if you think you have too much ink, you can just do that and you'll get some off. So we're going to colour this wee guy in. Colouring is not my forte. What I'm going to do is I tend to do the darker bits first. And I'm going to do this wee guy very subtly. I don't know what's going on with my ink. Anyway. Is it the ink or is it just me? It's probably just me. So at the moment, my son is away at the football with his dad. So I'm rushing to get this finished before they come back, because all hell will break loose on their return. Got something sticking to you, wee guy. So recently I got one of those wee trolleys, and you can buy them in IKEA. I've got no idea what they're called, but I recently got the version from Hobbycraft, and I think it's the same as the ones you get from Hobby Lobby in the USA, and it's like a trolley with 3 shelves, and apparently the IKEA one is much stronger, but it's £50 and I got the Hobbycraft version in the sale for £25, and it had free postage as well. I did have to buy some stamp sets as well though while I was on. But anyway, you would not believe how much storage this wee trolley has. It's unbelievable. And I hear it isn't as strong as the IKEA ones, so I haven't put anything too heavy in it. But my top shelf, I've got all my double-sided tapes and things like that, all my adhesives, and my ATG gun, which incidentally isn't working because my wee boy decided to actually use it as a gun, and it's all tangled up, so I need to untangle it. In the middle shelf, I've got my glue guns. Yes, guns, because I'm not happy just getting one glue gun. I have to buy the new Sizzix glue gun to try, and it is really good. And my 2 heat tools too. Most folk would be happy with one, but no, I had to buy the cheap one, then buy the Tim Holtz one. And actually, the cheap one is better, but don't tell Tim I said that. And in the I'm digressing. In the bottom, I've got those little A5 boxes that I showed my scraps in the other night, and I've got my Copic, markers, my embossing powders, my scraps, and like all my little tubs of paint. So it's excellent. So I would really recommend those wee trolleys, and I just sit it in front of my drawers. Oh, I can't remember who made them, but they're little plastic drawers, and I just pull it over and sit it right next to me. So it's brilliant. So I've been able to totally rearrange my craft room, get all my stamps out. The wardrobe, that's the only storage I've got in here is a wardrobe. So I've been able to get all the stamps out, put them in onto the little bookshelf that sits on top of my desk, and it's just been one of these buys that is so worthwhile. So there's our little guy, and what we will also do is go over with some Wink of Stella, very subtly. Oh God, it's supposed to be subtle. Do you know, these are the things that happen. See, if I hadn't been doing a tutorial, that big blob of Wink of Stella would never have came out. Oh, what an idiot. Anyway, just ignore the blob. Let's pretend it's the watercolour look. Aww. And see if I dab it, I betcha it will make it worse. Right, so that's our wee elephant. I'm going to put a piece of ribbon across here. See? Belle's scratching. Belle, what are you up to? Right, so I'm going to put some score tape along the back. I would usually use my ATG gun, but since my son decided to destroy it, I can't do that. Score tape. And what I always do with my ribbon is scorch the ends to stop it fraying. I don't really want it quite in the middle. I want it a little bit further down. That'll do, that'll do. And I am going to use my Yoo-Hoo gun. No, my Yoo-Hoo glue. I've got no idea if this is acid free, so I wouldn't use it for anything special. But actually, this works better on cards than any other glue I've tried. But like I say, I don't think it's acid free. And you don't get any bumps or anything like that with this, which is just the biz. And you'll see I have come in a little bit, so I generally come down 1/8 of an inch when I'm layering. I am very OCD when it comes to my measuring and making sure everything's dead in the centre. It's just the way I am. It drives everybody crazy. There we go. And I also need to switch on the glue gun because I didn't do that. Or maybe we should just improvise and not bother with the glue gun. Right, okay. It might not be ready by the time we actually need it. I do have a stand for it, but too much bother. And what I've done here is I did it in advance because I knew it would go wrong if I did it during the tutorial. So I've just stamped and embossed this little slogan, just give it some time. And this is a double layer that I've cut out, and with my banner dies. What's up, Belle? Why don't you lie down, baby? There we go. Happy with that. And this is going to be here. That's going to be there. Maybe put it a wee bit higher up. And I'm going to go for the little bow on that side, and I'm going to put a little button there. So yeah, I've got that. I did raise this one up on dimensionals. I don't know whether to do that or not. I actually don't like bulky things. I always find that sometimes like people make cards and they're all beautifully decoupaged, but then you catch them on things and they just look messy. I'm just such a neat freak. I'm not really sure if I like things popped up or not. So let's just see what this looks like first. I'd probably be better checking my time first to see if we have enough time to mess about putting dimensionals on. Get in the middle. That's it. Nah, let's go for it. Right. Let me have a look in my little trolley. I'm going to use some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals and some of these sticks strips. These are brilliant. I always put loads of these on as well. Probably too many. Taking 2 strips. Check you out, Mr. Blobby Ink. I always have disasters when I do tutorials. That's why I really don't do them. Plus, I find it really hard to chat and craft at the same time. I'm surely not the only one that's like that. I bet this is like watching paint dry. Right, come on. We could be here a while. always go over this with a Pritt stick so that it gives it a teeny bit of sliding wiggle room. Oh, you are such a cute wee guy. I love you. Move over. There we go. I've managed to get him to move ever so slightly. There we go. Oh, I love this. Just a shame I mucked it up, but we won't dwell on that. So it doesn't look like the glue gun's going to be ready anytime soon, and it's probably got something to do with the fact I haven't actually switched it on. Oh, so you're going to just have to like imagine how this is going to look when it's finished. Ta-da! So I put a little button from my vintage button box on there, and I'll add the bow kind of like that. I might actually, it might look good on a glue dot. The Stampin' Up! Glue dots are really good because they're very small, but these ones are a wee bit bigger, so it might not work. What am I saying? It isn't going to work because it's a tutorial. There we go. And I will use my glue gun for the wee button. But there you go. What do you think? And then you just mount it onto your card. I like the idea that I saw from somebody's channel recently, and I mentioned it the other night, that they just made card fronts, and then that would take up less storage, I suppose, and then you just mount it onto your actual card whenever you're ready to send it. But look, I think that's really good, and it was quick. Now that I've made it, I think I could cut all the pieces and assemble it really quickly, and you can too. So I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed the comedy of errors, and I will see you all again soon. Thank you. Bye.